we were focusing on link state advertisement, and we did up to type 5, and this one virtual link I covered in one of the weekends, but not on the weekdays. So let's do this one now. What is virtual link? Virtual link brings the area in contact with area 0 if the area is not close to area 0. For example, let's assume there is an area called area 10. Let's consider this as area 10. This is area 10. Every area need to be directly connected to area 0. Area 1 is connected directly to area 0, but area 10 for some reason is away. What may be the reason? This may be a new building that is built inside your campus, and the routers inside the building are newly installed, and from this router to this router or any of the router in area 0, you need to go to building number, let's say this is building number 10. You need to take it to building number 5, which is very far. Between building 5 and building 10, there are many buildings. In those buildings you got area 1. The in-between buildings you got area 1. Now if you want to connect this area 10 to area 0, you need to dig the ground and you need to lay a fiber, because it's too far now. You cannot depend on Ethernet wire. You need to put a fiber link, which is going to consume a lot of time. So time being, you want to connect this area 10 through some alternate method, a temporary methods. Temporary remedy is what you want for this problem. For time being, I want area 10 to be connected to area 0 through some other way, because laying a cable under the ground and connecting will take a lot of time. Till that time, you want a temporary solution. You want a temporary solution. The temporary connection that you are going to make is what we call as virtual link. It is not really recommended for a permanent solution. You may use this as a backup solution or a temporary solution. Virtual link is not a physical connection, it's a logical connection. So we are going to form a logical connection so that this area 10 will be connected directly to area 0. We call this as virtual link. Virtual links are used to connect a discontiguous area. Contiguous means they need to be here. This is discontiguous. Discontiguous area to area 0. Simple rule, all area need to be directly connected to area 0. but area 10 is not for some reason, and we are trying to connect it using virtual link. So if you want to form a virtual link between, let's say this is B router, this is A router. If you want to form a virtual link between B and A, what is needed is this area 1 should appear as a virtual connection, as a logical connection. All the routers, you may be having many routers in between. All those routers should not come into picture. According to B, A should be the immediate router. A is in area 0. Only then it can become an ABR for area 10. So what is needed is a tunnel. We call it as logical connection, we call it as virtual link. It's a tunnel. We want to negotiate a tunnel between this router and this router. The routers are identified in OSPF with what? With router ID. So we are going to negotiate a tunnel between A and B over area 1. Please understand. If you understand this, there won't be any confusion when you configure. We are going to negotiate a tunnel between A and B over area 1 using OSPF. So you know how the command will go. If A router has got router ID 1.1.1.1, if B router has got the router ID 7.7.7.7, the configuration on A goes like this. Under router OSPF, we need to say area 1 virtual link 7777. What do we see? We see here router A is going to now take its own router ID and negotiate with the 777 and over area 1 direction, not over the area 0 direction, area 1 direction. It will go and negotiate and bring up a tunnel. Likewise, when we go to B and say area 1 virtual link 1.1.1.1, router B will use area 1 direction, area 1 link, and using its own address as a source address and the destination address as this 1111, they both negotiate and now they bring up a tunnel. What does tunnel mean? Encapsulation. Tunnel means encapsulation. So now all the updates going from area 10 will be encapsulated with 777 as the source and destination 111, and it will go to 111, and 111 is who? 111 is area 0. So you got a connection, direct connection, though it's not physical, you got a connection from B to A. The packet is going to be delivered to 11111, not to any other middle router in area 1. That is what called as tunnel. It is directly delivered to a remote destination. Configuration I just showed you, but let me show you a syntax here. we go under router OSPF 1 and we say area 1 virtual link, and then the remote router's router ID. You can optionally authenticate the virtual link by using this command authentication message digest. You can optionally change the timer over the virtual link, and then you can set the delay if you want, dead time interval authentication key, and so. Yeah, so we are going to do this lab now. After you finish configuring, you should be seeing this show IP OSPF. You should be seeing OSPF forming neighbor with the remote router over the tunnel. See, here is an example configuration. This router's router ID is this. This router's router ID is this. So you go to router A and say area 1 is a virtual link. See, this is area 1 is a virtual link, and you give the IP address of the remote router. Likewise here, you give the IP address of the. That's how the virtual link will be formed. Show IP OSPF virtual link will show you the status. You can see the virtual link status is up. Virtual link is always seen as point to point. Timers are normal timers 10 and 40. If you wish to change these retransmit, wait, dead time, hello time, you have an option here: hello interval, retransmit interval, delay, all of them. You can change. Adjacency is full state. Right? So let us do this and finish it. Area 2 won't even give routes to area 1. Why? Two areas share routes only via area 0. Two non-backbone areas, in order to share the route, they need area 0 in between. Because there is no area 0 in between area 1 and area 2, the routes of area 2 won't go to area 1. Not only to area 1, to area 0. So router 1 will ping up to router 6, but it can't ping beyond that. Router 1 cannot ping 7, 8. The reason is router 7 and 8 belong to area 2, which is not directly connected to area 0. So there is no chance of giving a route to area 0. Only if it gives to area 0, area 1 will know about it, and path can be seen. So no path now if you have like this. So you need a virtual link between R4 and R6, so that when we have a virtual link, what will happen is a tunnel is what we call as virtual link. What will happen is the routes of this area 2 go through the tunnel to area 4, area 0, and then goes to area 1. So area 1 cannot directly receive it from area 2. Now if it goes to area 0, then it can also go to other area. If you have, let's say you have area 3. Now from area 3 you can ping area 2. In our previous exercise, we made router 8 as an ASBR. So if you want to ping ASBR in the external routes, these routes, without virtual link it is not possible. Yep, so let's go and configure area 0, area 1, area 2, and then we will see how it behaves without virtual link and with virtual link. So on all these routers, I may be running some OSPF already, so let me remove it. I always use the process ID 1, so I'll say enable config t no router OSPF 1. I'm just removing OSPF if any already and write to memory. I'm removing from router 6. Done. Router 5. Done. Router 4. Done. Router 3. Removed. Router 1. Removed. Now there is no routing protocol. If you check show IP protocol, there is no routing protocol, no OSPF. So show IP route OSPF, nothing. Show IP route, you just got the connector. Now let us configure OSPF as we see there in the topology. In the topology we have on router 1 area 0. Router 1 is in area 0. So I'll say interface loopback 0 IP OSPF 1 area 0. Interface G00 IP OSPF 1 area 0. And I'll put this on router 1. So router 1 is now configured with protocol OSPF. Let's verify. Show IP protocol. See, we got the protocol and it has taken the router ID dynamically from the loopback interface. Right now OSPF is running on this 2 interface and administrative distance is 110. Show IP OSPF interface brief. It shows the same info. We got 2 interfaces in process ID 1. They belong to area 0. These are the IP address. Done. Router 1 is configured. Let's go to router 2. Router 2 has got one more additional interface. So not router 2, it's router 3. We don't have router 2 in the topology. Router 3 also has got OSPF area 0 on 3 interface, 2 physical interface. You see G00, G10 and then loopback. Let me paste this on router 3. Next is router 4. Router 4 has got one of the interface in area 1. This is area 1. Rest all are in area 0. So let's paste this. Router 4.
So I have a question.
Question, yes.
Would this still work if we used router OSPF instead of
Yeah,
IP OSPF?
you can do that. Then you need to type the wildcard mask and all. If you want to do that, you can do that. See, let me do it for router 5. Instead of doing like this, now I can say router OSPF 1 network. Look at this. The reason why I did not choose is I need to know the network that is there on the interface. But to configure like that, I no need to know the IP address or the subnet mask. But now, without knowing what IP address is there on the interfaces, I cannot configure now. It is okay for this, for SAM. I'll do this IP interface brief. Okay, I see that these are the IP address over the interface G00 1045 1056. So now network 1056 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 255 dot 255 area 1. Your wish. If you want to do this hard work, you can do that. But it's equal, same. Instead of doing like this, you can straight away see, instead of going and copying from the interface and doing like this, you can straight away do it on the interface. So whatever the address that is there on the interface will be picked up and OSPF will start using it. You got the point?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Welcome. And then network on the loopback it is 5. That is it. Now let's go and paste this. This is as equal as configuring OSPF under the interface level. Same output you will see, show IP OSPF interface brief, similar outputs. Show IP protocol. Yeah, so this is a difficult way. See, you need to type all this thing. Whereas in the previous one, if you see the output, show IP protocol, it shows only the interfaces where you configured it. Easiest way. So when you say these are the interface, you need to run OSPF, whatever the IP address and the mask on the interface, it will automatically use it. This is manual, that's automatic. Alright, now one more router, router 6. Router 6 has got 56 in area 1. I think this should be 67, between 6 and 7. Let me check. Show IP interface brief. Yeah, 1067. That is in area 2. There is no area 0. This should be area 1. Made a mistake in router 5. It's okay, I can change it. This is area 1. Alright. So this I'm going to paste it on router 6. Now on router 5 I have put area 0. This is not actually area 0. Interface loopback, sorry. Router OSPF. This is area 1. Alright. What is next? I'm expecting a neighborship between router 4, 5 and 6. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Okay, we got 2 neighbors, good. On router 6 also 2 neighbors. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Please focus now. Focus. I got 7 as a neighbor. I got 5 as a neighbor. But 7 is in area 2. 5 is in area 1. As a result, when I type show IP route OSPF, this will have all the routes, even external routes, all the routes. But router 5 won't be having. This won't be having any routes from area 2 nor from external. See, there is no area 2 routes nor external routes. Do we have 10.67 or 10.78? No. 7.7.7.7? No. 8.8.8.8? 8.8.8? We don't have. 6.6.6.6 is in area 1. So you see it locally. So what you can do right now is you can only ping from router 1 to router 6. You cannot ping 777. You cannot ping 8888 because it's in area 2. We cannot ping 9999 as well. But if you go to router 6, you will be able to ping left and right. You see, you got 99999. So if you ping from here, you can go to 99999, which is external. You can also go to 11111, which is internal. You can also ping 7777, which was not possible in router 1, from router 1. The reason is area 2 should be connected to area 0 for router 1 to ping all this. Router 1 to ping all these networks, it needs to be that hierarchy, backbone, non-backbone connected to backbone. Here area 2 is a non-backbone, is not connected to backbone. It is connected to another non-backbone, which is not correct. So in order to have ping, I need to know the router ID of router 4 and 6. In order to have virtual link, show IP protocol, the router ID of this router according to me is 444. Yes, it is 444. Now using this, you need to go to router 6 and say router OSPF 1 area, don't say area 2 or area 0, that's meaningless, which means you are not understanding and doing. I want area 1 to become a virtual link for me. So area 1 is a virtual link, and the virtual link destination is 44444. Likewise, I need to go to router 4 and say router OSPF 1 area 1 is a virtual link 6.6.6. That's the router ID of router 6. Now the virtual link has come up, you see, OSPF VL0, virtual link 0 has come up, which means router 4 will now see router 6 as a direct neighbor. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Look at this. You got additionally a new neighbor via this virtual link, OSPF virtual link. Now if you go R1, and this ping when I was doing earlier, it was not pinging, but now it pings. It will ping even 8888, it will ping even 7777, which means area 2 has given routes to area 1, given routes to area 0 via the tunnel, and area 0 is distributed to the other area as well as the local, its own routers in area 0. Do you have any question?
Up to how many discontiguous areas can you have?
See, this is not a permanent solution. If you have discontiguous areas, you can have as many virtual link as you want. If you have 10, you can have 10 virtual link, that's okay, but cannot keep it as a primary path for the traffic. The reason is the updates of area 2 should come to area 0 and then come to area 1. So there is going to be a bandwidth, high band, twice, the bandwidth is going to be utilized twice. More you have virtual link, more bandwidth will be consumed. So try to keep as low as possible, but if it is necessary, you can have any number of virtual link that you want. There is no limit in that, but remember, it's not a permanent solution. Permanent solution is what? Permanent solution is taking a wire, instead of putting a tunnel like this, take a physical wire, connect it like this, and solve the problem. Now it is not a discontiguous network. This link goes to area 0. This link goes to area 1. This link, it's okay. You can have another link to area 0. This is not discontiguous. Any other question?
So there are multiple alternatives for virtual link, right? Same like virtual link, we can use a JRE panel. So, is there any other option?
GRE is not an alternate for a virtual link.
And what is the benefit of using a GRE tunnel than a virtual link?
There is no benefit. There is no. I did not say anywhere benefit. GRE is better than virtual link. I have not said any of the statements so far in my classes. Now, GRE is a different concept. GRE won't fit in this scenario. GRE is between multiple sites. GRE is not to bridge one area to area 0. GRE is not for this scenario. GRE cannot be a replacement for virtual link. So, if you can make your question more clear, I'll give you a better answer. If this answer is not satisfactory, make your question more clear so that I can understand what you are expecting and I can give you an answer.
So I have seen in few production sites where they have used GRE instead of virtual link. Is it because probably when a new company merger happens, right? And they do not have direct connectivity, and so for the security purpose, is that the reason they would have used IPsec GRE to tunnel?
No.
Just to
again, I am saying they would have not done GRE for this type of topology. Their GRE will be, instead of area 1, you will be having internet, not area 1. Internet. Now, to combine this remote office to this local office over the internet, GRE is IP. So over the internet, you use GRE IP, negotiate the tunnel, and through the tunnel you send the traffic, you send the hello packets, everything to area 0. That's a different story. This is one area connecting behind another area. Virtual link well suits only when you have one area connecting behind another area. Virtual link is only in this environment. GRE is totally different scenario. Any other question?
Got that, sir.
Welcome. Alright, so let us now see the authentication over the tunnel. Now, whenever I want to receive the area 2 updates via the virtual link, I want to authenticate and then accept. Right now, without authentication, this has formed a neighbor. This has formed a neighbor without any authentication. But I want to have authentication. So for authentication, what I do is I go under router OSPF 1, area 1 virtual link, message digest, authentication, virtual link is up to where 76666. Authentication, message digest. So this is the method of authentication. Now what is authentication key? Message digest, authentication key. Authentication key will be Cisco 123, something like this, password. Now I have enabled authentication on one side, the other side is not, so I will lose the neighbor now. I'm expecting the neighbor to go down. Show IP OSPF neighbor. I want this neighbor to go down now, the virtual link neighbor to go down. I'm expecting that. Very soon it should happen. I'll go to router 6. Loading done. Okay, give some time, it will go down. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Clear IP OSPF or show IP OSPF virtual link. I can see hello timers are 10 40 seconds. In 40 seconds it should go down. Right now it is up. One side authentication enabled, the other side is not, so the neighbor should go down. Do show or debug IP OSPF packets. I'm looking for packet coming with a router ID 4.4.4.4. This is from 777.555. I'm not seeing anything coming from 4.4.4.4. It's supposed to come via tunnel, but nothing is coming. This itself says that already router 4 has closed the session. I see from 5, which is directly connected. I see from 7, but I don't see from virtual link.
So this debug command, it shows the traffic?
Yes, it shows the OSPF packets. It shows the OSPF packets. Now let me just clear OSPF once. Clear IP OSPF process. So now only the detachment happened, but with 7 and 8 it has come back. Show IP OSPF neighbor. With 7 and 5 it has come back, but with 4 via the virtual link it has not come back. Virtual link has not come back because the authentication is failing. See, the authentication is failing. The neighbor is down. The authentication failed. That's why neighbor is down. Via the virtual link, you don't have a connection now. If you ping now, the ping won't happen like before. The ping will not happen because the authentication is failing. One side we have configured authentication. I'll show you one more time. Show run section router OSPF. We have configured this on one side, but we have not configured on R6. Let us copy this and put it on R6. Router OSPF 1. After I paste this, you will see the neighbor will come up. The virtual link will come up. It will come soon. Show IP OSPF interface brief. This is old virtual link, it is down. Virtual link 6.6.6. Oh, I made a mistake. I just pasted. That's not the way I should do. The address is different, right? The address is different. I pasted this, but 6.6.6.6 is not the remote. Which one is the remote? Local is 6666. 4444 is the remote. That's why it didn't come. See, now the neighbor has come up. I'm cancelling this 6. Let's verify. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Now the neighbor has come up via the virtual link. Because the authentication is now good on both sides. See, the authentication is an optional one, but once upon a time in CCA exam they asked this virtual link with authentication, but nowadays I don't think so. They will ask these things. They have something better to ask, but it was there once upon a time, maybe 10 years before in exams. That's all about the virtual link and the virtual link with authentication. Optionally, you can change the timers, administrative distance, and so on. For that, you just put question mark. When you configure the virtual link, you will know if in case you want to change the timer. Do and see once till you